let's just give this another second here and just see if we are going live on YouTube. That's really weird. I'm getting messages too. Kevin, can you just check if we're live on there?
On Facebook?
Yes, please.
Not seeing it.
Okay. Well, guess we're going to only be live on YouTube today. Good old YouTube, trusty YouTube. Well, that's a bummer. I'm not sure why we couldn't go live on Facebook. It looks like everything's in the clear here for us to go on YouTube. All right, well, it doesn't matter. We've got 4 people who are joining us. I'm going to let our assistant know. Awesome. Okay. Let's just start this. We apologize for the technical issues. It's beyond my understanding of why we're not live on Facebook. Anyways, thank you everybody for joining us on this update roundup. I'm actually going to pull up the slides here and start going at this. So, sweet. Kevin, can you see it? Because all I'm seeing on my monitor is just the slides. Awesome. Okay. Well. Thanks again for joining us for this update roundup that is on YouTube only. So worthwhile to subscribe to us on YouTube. It's youtube.com/REI conversion. Hit the subscribe button. And then if you hit that bell icon, you'll know when we go live. You can also interact with us. We'll take answers and questions. We'll answer questions at the end through our YouTube users as well. So thank you for joining us there. So April 2021, we had a lot going on. But first of all, as usual, thank you very much for all the feedback we continue to get, all the support we continue to get. It means a lot to us. Questions and suggestions are always very welcome. So thank you very much for all of that. And yeah, so we are going to start with the website side of things. What is new? So one of the probably bigger requests we've been getting, and we started to work things around, was labeling our units. Our county, the way we organize our counties and states and whatnot. So you have now full control in terms of labeling it, whether they're counties or states or whatnot. So you'll be able to see that as an update. The other big one is we now have introduced our Landlist blog. And this is probably something I'm going to have to just show here. I should have had this all prepped, but I don't. We do have a new blog now. You can now create blogs. We formatted it. I know this is something that a lot of people have been asking for. This will roll out with all the other skins as well. So, yep, you can blog. You can, create content, do what you need if you wanted to focus on the SEO side of things. Just fair warning, it takes a lot of effort to keep up with content to even start ranking anywhere. So just a heads up on that. And finally, the big thing is we've launched a new skin. I know several of you guys have been waiting for this, and I've been just holding off on setting things up. We call it our Evergreen skin. This is now ready for our new users and users that we're hosting. For those that are on our old distribution system on Freemius, this will come out in a couple weeks' time as we're working on the whole licensing thing. It's not the funnest thing to do, but this skin is a complete change in terms of the way we're laying out photos. Obviously, styling is a huge thing. Icons, just a complete different feel to the current skins that we have. So, like all our skins, it is fully customizable. You will be able to, add sections. A lot of people are adding videos on their homepage above the fold line here. And again, you'll be able to do all of that through the Elementor editor as well. So that is now available. So again, just kind of going through the labels, you do have now a blogging system across all REI land lists, and then the new skin. Cool. let's
Awesome.
jump right. And I'm trying to keep an eye on the chats here. Sweet. Let's go on to Pebble here. And I'm going to full screen here for a second. All right. Actually, I guess we're going to have to demo some stuff. So me full screening is probably not the best idea, right? Oh, I'll unfull screen this in a second here. We've got a new document editor. Kevin, do you want to say anything about the document editor? I know there's tons packed into there.
Sure. Yeah. So many of you have probably noticed some updates shipping over the past few weeks. We've gotten a lot of feedback that the original document editor that we launched when we launched Pebble was it worked, but it had a lot of kind of quirks and issues with it. And so we spent a lot of time over the past month or so just kind of evaluating that and coming up with some good alternatives. So we've basically swapped out the whole underlying editor software with a different one that's much more robust, less buggy. So straight off the bat, that'll fix a lot of the issues that people have been having. And then we've added a lot of new things. So we've added some custom fonts now. So you've got some really good looking kind of headline fonts and even a handwritten font. So if you want to have that handwritten look, we've got that in there too. So that's a big one. Let's see some other things. Images now are a lot easier to work with. You can actually upload an image and then crop it. You can even like adjust the colors and stuff right there in the editor. So that's really cool. Let's see.
I think we'll jump into it when we're sort of doing a demo of what's in the editor.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot inside of there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And mentioning about fonts, if you guys have any fonts you guys want to request and you find it on Google Fonts, let us know, and we can always look into adding that as well. Probably one of the bigger items here is the introduction of custom postcards and custom bifolds. And I'm excited to kind of show you guys this on camera as to what that looks like. We're looking for ways, again, to differentiate ourselves from all the neutral letters, all the offers going out in envelopes. So we're now able to offer postcards. So there's no need to open that. And there is the ability to fully customize your postcards to whatever you want it to look like. We'll have templates there in our template library for postcards as well, and for our bifold. And I'll sort of explain to you guys when we sort of get off the slide what a bifold is. But the intent here is, again, to really differentiate ourselves from all the other mailing out there and to grab as much attention as possible. Kevin, anything I'm missing about the postcard and bifold here?
No, we'll hop into a demo and show you guys what those look like.
Yep. And the last big one here is the property map placeholder. Kevin, why don't you explain this one?
Yeah. Why don't I demo?
Sure. Yeah.
I think that'll just look a little bit better. All right. So let me.
I'll share. Yeah, you can share your screen and then.
Live. Here we go. Okay.
And I will turn that on.
All right. Are you seeing that one?
Yep.
Okay, great. So this is not shipped yet. We're hoping in the next week or so, maybe a couple of weeks. There's a lot of things that have to change under the hood, but we're going to be basically giving a lot more templates available. So what you'll see, you'll see a kind of different layout coming in the next couple of weeks with these templates. It'll look a lot nicer than just this flat list. And then you'll also see when you add a new template, a sort of whole redesigned library. So we've got our basic letters that we've always had with the blind offers, neutral letters. And then we're going to be adding some additional ones here as well. But the big change is this postcards and self-mailers section. Or this will be postcards and bifolds. So we've got some great designs right out of the gate to go here. So these are all pre-designed and ready for you to start playing with. We've got different sizes. We've got 4x6, 6x9s, and we'll also be shipping a was it 6x11 which is kind of a super wide postcard. And we'll have designs for all those ready to go.
Yep.
Now, let's just hop into some of these. So postcards basically operate the same way that the traditional letter editor works, and so that means that they're totally customizable and ready to go. So let's just hop into. Well, actually, let me just create one here. So let's grab this one here, Arial postcard. So this is going to open the editor, and we've got the customizations here available, so you can upload your own logo. This is all text that you can make say whatever you need it to. We've got the property code, just like your editor, where you can put in a property code. You can say whatever you want, really. Just come to my website, type in the property code. You can ditch the property code and say, call me at this number. Whatever's comfortable for you, we want to make that as flexible as possible. So you'll be able to really tweak these and customize these to your liking. Another thing that's possible that I know a lot of other postcard mailers don't allow you to do is customization of the back. So we've got some guides here to show you where the printing will happen. So this is what we'll get actually filled in with the address and the postage, but all of this other space here is totally up to you. So you can put in an offer. My offer is, and add your placeholders, offer price. You can fill out some additional information. You can put a picture of you and your dog, whatever you want to do on the back here, you're able to do. And this is the same for all of the different mailers. So the larger size postcards, and then the bifolds, which are I think really exciting as well. And then the last thing that we'll talk about is this new property map option. So if we go over here back to our templates page, and then you'll notice that one of our postcards, and we'll have a few of these, has a map embedded in the postcard. So this looks like an image, like a static image, but it's actually a real world map of every property that you send out to. So this basically whole background is going to be a satellite view of that potential seller's property. So we think that this is going to be a huge attention grabber for people. They're going to get that postcard out of the mailbox. They're going to look at it and say, whoa, like that's Highway 35 going through next to my property. They can actually see that that's their property on the postcard. I think that's going to really capture some attention.
Yeah, I mean, you could even, like we were talking earlier, you could drop a placeholder by that pin with the APN, or I mean, you can drop whatever placeholder you want here. Anything that you've entered into your property fields, whether, I don't know, name or whatever, you can absolutely do that. And I'll show you some of the examples we have here. I've actually got some printed ones here. But really, really exciting stuff to be able to pull that map, and you can even think further. There's so much creativity here because you can use this for neighbor letters. I think this would be very, very powerful for neighbor letters, right?
And the other thing, so we just saw the template with that sort of placeholder image there. I've got my campaign here now set with my map background template. So you can see that if I preview any one of these offers to go out, it's going to be the actual image of that person's property. So with the road labels there, and they can see what the area is. So yeah, it's pretty exciting what this will be able to do. I think this will be a big conversion boost for people.
Yeah. Let me just show you here. I mean, you guys can sort of see if I. Okay, so you can see this is what we call sort of the 4x6 mailer. Again, that map will get printed on here. Essentially, you can even bring in your own images. You don't even need to use ours. And this is one example that is using, just one of our template images. Again, you have full control as to what you want to do. Here is an example of a 6 by, what is that size? 6 by 9. Here's an example of a 6 by 9. Again, this is just a template that we have. You don't even have to do this. If you want to get into Canva, design something yourself and bring it in, if you want to use whatever system to bring it in, you can do that. So you have full, a customization. One really cool one here is we're going to have what we call Bifold mailers. So what those are essentially mailers that come in, and you can actually open them. So this one, it says, Jonathan, see your cash offer for your land inside, right? And then they would open it, and it would literally open. This is an example from our printing house here. So you can see it's fully glossed here. It would open, and you can open that. And inside, you could have an actual purchase agreement or whatever it may be. They can send it back to you through photo or whatever it is. You can actually include that purchase agreement into here if you wanted to. You have full control of so I'm going back and forth here. You have full control of the front, the back, and the inside. So you can you have a lot of real estate to do a lot of things. And here's just another example that we're thinking about too is, having the map on there, be able to have some text on the right side. And this could just be a postcard with some, I don't know, the agreement on the back or whatever you want to place on the back here. Sorry, my screen's getting blurry here. But anyways, I am so blurry now. You get the idea. You have full control over everything, but we will be introducing templates as well. So I'm going to unfocus myself. So you will have templates. We will periodically add more templates, and we'll also take suggestions. If you guys want to see something, let us know. We're always happy to try to get that into our template library. But again, you can always do that on your own.
Yeah,
Kevin, am I missing anything?
Stuff.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
I think this is going to be really cool. I'm just excited to see what people come up with.
Yeah.
If you use the maps or use the bifolds, you can put a full purchase contract on the actual. I mean, you could even throw a purchase contract on the postcard and just tell the person, like, sign it and take a photo of it or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Heck, I mean, if you wanted to handwrite something and scan it in on the back side to look like or the front side as like a generic, a real handwritten thing, you can also do that as well. So there's just so much flexibility now that we're able to do all these things with images and postcards and printing and with postcards and whatnot. So, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, in all of your placeholders that you're used to using with the letters also work for postcards. So you can customize to every property you're sending to, different name placeholders, so all those sorts of things.
Yep. All right. So I'm sure you guys are all wondering probably the first thing people are wondering, what the heck is the cost of these new mail type pricing? So for the bifolds and for the postcards. So I'm going to scroll down here. This will be available early next week. You guys can this will be on YouTube, so you can need to like screenshots or anything. So the 4x6, so these small ones, well, they're not small. They're your regular size postcards. They start at 44 cents a piece. And then the larger 6x9 is 47 cents a piece. You still, you'll be able to put your maps on there. If you want, you can try to fit an agreement on the back there. You have all of that space. First class is obviously a little bit higher there at 62 cents. And then our bifolds, you can see the pricing there for each of those. Now, like I have a lot of conversations about, first class or standard. If you're dripping it, and that's a huge, if you're looking to scale, you'll probably want to drip your mailing. It probably just makes sense to just go with standard because you're going to be, again, dripping those up over time. So I don't think there's a need for first class, but I'll leave that up to you. Anyways, I see some funny questions here. Okay, so what's coming up ahead here? I'm going to full screen here. On the website side of things, and this is sort of giving you guys an idea what we're working on. We're working on a new in-dashboard design that'll give you, when you log into your WordPress websites, you'll be able to access certain information, check on certain things. So we're going to actually have sort of a centralized dashboard, a simplified one, inside of your website. So that is something that we're working on. People want to be able to monitor their space, their hard drive space, or their space for their website. You'll be able to do that there as well. And then also be able to see some of our newer resources or whatever it may be. We're going to put some content in there so it's easy access for you guys. The next one is we're working on a brand new REI Landleads Skin. So for those of you guys that are looking for, to get your Landlead site or your buying site up, we're going to be working on a new skin coming out next month. That will also include blogs as well. Also, we're going to be, like I said, we're going to be working on new designs for bifolds and postcard designs. We're going to continue to add, periodically, we're going to add new designs into library. If you want to give us any feedback, what you want to see, do let us know. We're also going to be introducing 6x11 postcards. Those are pretty big. I think I have a sample. I believe this is a 6x11 here. You see, this is from Amazon Fresh here. So this is how big it is. We will be introducing this as well. This is, so a pretty big postcard. Kevin's favorite one here. I think this is probably one that we hear quite a bit. Basically, the whole today's date plus custom date. As simple as it sounds, it's not as simple as it sounds type of thing, right, Kevin?
Yeah, there's some technical just things we have to do around that, but we will make it work.
And then another big one is tasks. So how are we handling tasks? I know that's been huge on a lot of people that, they're bringing in multi users into their Pebble account. How are we handling and assigning tasks, what that's going to look like? So that is definitely something that is going to be coming up here shortly. Mm-hmm. Okay. One more thing here. I want to talk a little bit about our mailing, and I think a lot of people are sort of, they're wondering sort of, what's special about the mailing with REI Pebble, and I just wanted to kind of go through this, and a few things to keep in mind. We do a true daily drip with our mailing. This will count for our postcards as well as our letters. If you are looking to scale and build predictability into your business, you need some sort of a drip system to bring in leads. You're not going to be sending out 2,000 mailers at once and then blocking off the next couple weeks just dealing with calls and letting those leads sort of drop left and right, especially if you're working on other businesses or you have a full-time job. You'll want to make sure you're dripping out those mailing daily. Now, there are other services I'm not going to name right now or ever probably that are saying that they are doing daily drip or they're doing a daily drip. This is not true because we've spoken to these other mail houses. They are batching them up. They are not getting them out on a daily. So we are actually getting these out on a daily for you. Verified mailing. So we are scrubbing up against USPS to check for undeliverable addresses. So we are looking for ways to minimize on the amount of yellow stickers that you get back. That is a huge saving for you. Take that into consideration for the mailing rate as well. You are not getting charged for those undeliverables that we're sort of not sending out, right? So you can always go back and change the address if you do know the actual mailing address. You do have that opportunity to resend it. There is no minimums. If you're looking to grow, whether you're starting or whatever it may be, you are not able to commit to say 15,000. I think other mail houses require you to have 15,000 mailers to start getting a discount. You're going to have to plan for your year very, very, very carefully. That means if you're taking some time off or you're going on vacation, you're held against that amount of mailing. So you're really forced to just shoot out as much mailing as you can and to try to get that discounted rate. So there are no minimums here inside of Pebble. Whether you're sending one contract, 20 neighbor letters to a 10,000 mailing campaign, it doesn't matter. We agglomerated everybody's mailing together to really get this discounted rate across the board for everybody. So again, there is no minimum. A huge one here, I think a lot of people don't realize until it happens to them, is midway modifying your campaigns, right? This is a huge insurance for your mailing. A lot of times when you're sending out mailers with any other print house, you're committed to those 2,000 mailers. It's gone out. Even though it hasn't been actually printed or sent out, you cannot go back and change anything. So with the way that Pebble works is because you're dripping out mailing, when you're seeing that you're not getting much response, you can pause your campaign at any time, adjust your offers. Maybe it's too high and you're getting too many responses, or you're getting no responses. So you need to lower or the other way, you need to raise your offer, right? You can do that in literally under a minute within the system there. So being able to change things halfway, whether you might have screwed up the names or there was some misalignment with your Excel sheet when you were uploading things, you will always have that opportunity to modify midway. And as I mentioned, you can do any kind of mailing. So you have so much flexibility when it comes to mailing, whether it's, again, contracts, neighbor letters, I don't know, what other things can you mail out, Kevin?
Well, with the new postcards, you'll be able to do like thank you cards.
That's right. Yeah.
Different things like that. So
yeah, and that'll all go out the next day, right? So you'll have a lot of flexibility with the mailing. All right, so that leads me to talk about one of the things that we were able to do was negotiate some new mailing rates. And so we do have new mailing rates, which I think is an awesome win. And it's just something that I wanted you guys to keep in mind about our mailing. Currently, we start at about 50 cents black and white standard. That's where we're at. And our new mailing rates, we were able to lower everything across the board here by a cent. So you can see our new mailing rates here. These will be up and ready on the 5th. So next week we'll have these. They'll be on our marketing page, and they'll be in the system at that time. So you will get access to these new mailing rates. Cool. Again, just want to make sure you guys know, the huge benefits of our mailing system here. Aside from that, one other thing. Next week, and I'm not able to see the chat log right now, but next week tomorrow we're doing a leads demo. So how to manage your leads. If you want to join us tomorrow, we do this at the last Friday of every month. It's 2:45 Pacific, 5:45 Eastern. You can register for that. It's a free class. It's reiconversion.com/leads-demo. We'll be going through how to handle sell leads, buy leads, and I'm trying to pull Callan in tomorrow as well to talk about a couple Zapiers. You guys may want to check out that she's a rock star with Zapier. So I'm excited to have her on that call as well. So we will be going through that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Coolios, questions and answers. Go ahead, guys. Throw your questions at our way.
Jason's asking here if we've got a new scent feature coming. That's coming.
Oh, scent, like the smell.
Yeah, drip a little Chanel perfume.
It's like
on
back
there.
in the day when you what do you call it? Rub those stickers and you can smell.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
man.
Well, that's coming.
One of these days.
That's 2 pennies extra for a letter. We even maybe get like some lipstick smudge on there. That'd be a good one.
Placeholders.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Sports Illustrated. Is there a TPS report for this custom date challenge?
That's a joke.
Is it? I flew over my head.
You gotta watch.
Okay. All right. Ken asks here: will the leads class be recorded for offline viewing? No, we don't typically record these.
But we do them every month. So.
But here's the other thing: we've got our success guide. If you go here. People are like probably so tired of hearing me talk about the success guide. But listen, it does go through this in a lot quicker fashion too. So if you go to resources here, Ken, I think I've directed you here before. If you go to success guide, we do go through our leads here. It's essentially the same thing, but it's in a recorded format. I don't answer questions live here, obviously. But if you can't make it, come through and watch it on here. And if you really, really want something recorded or you want to ask some questions, I'm more than happy to, jump on a call. And we'll figure it out, Ken.
Yeah.
Cool. Callan says she'll be there. Awesome. Looking forward to seeing you there tomorrow, Callan. Paul, thank you. Jason. Any questions from you guys, whether it's, it's our mailers, rates, I don't know, what we've launched.
Yeah, we'll be shipping the postcards here in the next few weeks. Don't have an exact date on that, but we're gonna work our hardest to get that stuff out,
Yes.
including the bifolds and everything else. So those will be some cool things to keep your eye out for.
Yeah. Paul asked here, is Pebble dashboard customization coming? Example, if I want to see how, oh, I've lost it. If I see how many properties are in various stages at a glance.
That's an interesting idea.
So, Paul, we don't have a customization for dashboard coming, but what we love to hear from you guys is what you guys want to see on the dashboard. So, believe it or not, me and Kevin have a long list of feature requests that we track, and we also do a bunch of ratings on there and take notes from what you guys are saying. So, Paul, if that's something you want to see, I know one of our assistants as attending, she will add this to the feature request board. So,
and if you have like Paul, if you even have like a sketch of like what your ideal look would look like, just like a back of the napkin sort of thing. Yeah. Email that over to us. We'd love to take a look.
Yep. Sharonda, hey, how's it going, Sharonda? Long time no talk here. So yeah, let me just, can I add this to the captions? Is it possible? Here we go. reiconversion.com/lead-demo. That's the that's what's going on tomorrow. Here, I'll put it on the screen. There you go.
Wow.
So join us tomorrow. Jesse asks, is there an address scrubbing service you recommend before we upload leads to Pebble? I know your system checks for bad mailing addresses beforehand. Yeah, I mean, I know the folks over at Land VA for You have a scrubbing service, I believe. What else? I don't know who else does the scrubbing. If anybody else knows, please share it in the Facebook group. But I'm not 100% sure who else does scrubbing, and it depends on what you're scrubbing too. So that's something you'll want to look into.
Yeah, Jesse, getting the returned letters, yeah, that's something that I deal with as well. It depends a lot on the age of the county data, because a lot of times what will happen is even though the address is a legit address, so we will mail it out because the post office says it's a legit address, so we mail it. But the delivering postal worker, if like the name is different between the name on the letter and what's written on the mailbox, they'll kick it back to you saying that this is somebody moved or something. So that's where you'll get yellow letters coming back. So a lot of times that happens if like the data is a little bit stale on your list. Like if it's more than 4 or 5 months, a lot of people have moved or moved mailboxes. So those can trigger a lot of things. So just see if you can get lists that are kind of less stale, and that should alleviate some of that. But yeah, it's a tricky thing. You'll always get some returned letters, but
yep. Okay. Is it? Sorry, I missed here. I think that Sean Osborne asked, Kevin, can you touch on the email chat we had about auto-saving custom fields?
Auto-saving custom fields.
Auto-saving custom fields.
Sorry, I'm drawing a blank on what exactly that was, but now I remember. Yeah, so when you change tabs, that it saves any changes before you click if you don't click save, and then you leave, you'll lose your changes. Yes, that's coming. I can't promise you when we'll get there. I've got it on my list to revisit this whole custom fields thing, and we will definitely fix that. Probably, hopefully after this postcards push, once we get all that, I'll revisit the custom fields thing. So it's coming. So.
Okay, thank you guys. Thanks, Michelle. Is it possible to see the monthly? Oops. Let's see this. Yeah, I think we get asked this one. Is it possible to see the monthly mailing costs on the dashboard? The monthly mailing cost on the dashboard.
Right now, it's not on the dashboard, but if you go to your billing screen, and the reason we can't show it on the dashboard is because we calculate the monthly costs. There's a technical reason, but we calculate the monthly cost when you get invoiced. So we don't actually know, the system doesn't know in like a daily basis what the actual costs of your current tally are. But if you go to your billing screen, you can look at the invoices, and it'll even show you your upcoming month. So if you want to see what your upcoming invoice is, like you're midway through the month, go to account and billing, and then there's a button for upcoming invoice.
Yeah,
and that will show you what your current tally is.
Cool. Jason asks here, are there any subscription services you'd like the group to be able to have access to, but you'd need enough of us to sign up for you to negotiate a rate first? That's very nice of you to ask that. No, I don't think so. I think we just signed. Yeah, I think we've just sort of had a huge negotiation round with our printing. So I think we're in a good place right now. But if there is, Jason, thank you for mentioning that, and I never thought of approaching it that way. So I'll keep that. We'll keep that definitely.
You know, now that you're asking, the more mail that all of us Pebble users send,
right,
the more leverage we have to negotiate prices. So
absolutely,
go out there and send as much mail as possible.
yeah, that's so true. Yeah,
I mean, it really is, because the bigger of a customer Pebble is as a mail provider for our mail house, the more leverage we have in our negotiations. So
yep.
Hopefully, as we grow, we'll continue to push our prices down.
Yeah. Sean said, no, not that. I was asking about the saving custom fields as a template so we don't have to match them up over and over. Yes. So having a pre-mapped drop down for the lining up the column headers to our property fields, the stage when we're creating the campaign. That has been discussed before.
So if you have control over your spreadsheet, and you can name the column, you can name what the columns are. If you name the column in your spreadsheet exactly how the name of the custom field is, like on that map, the map headers page, where you see the list of all your custom fields, and it'll say like property details - yearly taxes or something.
No, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking.
If you name the column in your spreadsheet exactly that same name there, so property details - yearly taxes, it will pre-select that from the drop-down. So one thing that people will do is like they get their spreadsheet from Priced or Data Tree or something. Yeah, down there, show custom fields. If you click that. Yeah, so just name your column headers exactly what you see here. So details - owner type, details - subdivision. Those will all then be pre-selected from your spreadsheet. So if you can run a little automation in Excel to basically rename all of what your data provider gives you to those names that you have in your spreadsheet, then you can sort of automate that and make it quicker. But we're looking at ways to make that faster, but that's the way to do it for now.
I think Sean mentioned here that priced works, but remember price drop down doesn't work. It actually does. So because Sean, you uploaded a list to priced, and they gave you all the pricing, those column headers, I actually spoke to Price about this, is not actually their column. It's not their formatting. Unless you're downloading a list directly from Price that they've created, because you guys will all have different lists that you're getting your information from, it will not match up to Priced.
So you need to use Priced's scrubbed
list is what they call it. Yeah.
And that's what I'll pre-select there.
Yeah. Okay, Sharonda, great question here. In fact, I was actually going to talk to Kevin about this. Do you have a calendar of events? So it's been a little bit crazy because we're doing all these events we have something going on every week, literally. I mean, you can join me every single Friday of the month or the year, and as long as I'm in town and available. But every Friday, I literally do mailing. So if you want someone to sit down and do mailing with you every Friday and just hold you accountable, you can join me every single Friday of the year. So let me know if you guys would find this helpful. Did I just close you guys?
No, you're good.
Okay. If I am thinking about getting something called Add Event, where you guys can actually subscribe to us, and it would add all our events to your calendar so that you guys know what's up all the time. So I don't need to keep blasting you and inviting you. Like Ava, our assistant, invites you guys to every event every time on the calendar. So let me know, would this be something helpful for you guys, so that you can just subscribe? It'll add to your calendar. You'll always see what's going on, and you'll be able to attend. So I'm interested to hear. I've been sort of looking at this for the last little while. So okay.
Thoughts on text and email blasts over mailers? Yeah, we are definitely like that strategy. The difficulty is the data. It's easy to look up a mailing address. It's not so easy to look up a phone number or an email address of somebody. Now, I know Callan has done some of this work to do skip tracing and things, so she might have thoughts there. But that's the tricky part. If you can magically get a list of like 5,000 vacant property owner email addresses or text or cell phone numbers, then yeah, that would be awesome to do voicemail drops or text message blasts.
Yep.
That would be great, but it's getting that list that's a little tricky.
I'm just kind of scrolling up and down here. I made a post actually recently. It's kind of like probably a lot of people missed this, but I used to use a list pulling service called Property Radar. They were only existent in certain counties and certain states. They've come around to me recently and spoke to me about the fact that they're now nationwide and they append emails and phone. I'm interested to hear if you guys are interested to learn a little bit more about Property Radar. I'd be happy to bring them on to, I don't know, a mastermind or some sort of a live interview and ask questions on behalf of you guys. Let me know. Post on this post here. And I don't want it to sort of go everywhere. So if you can sort of come into the Facebook group, let me know if you're interested or curious. I will drag them in here. And yeah, why not? And let's sort of pick their brains together if you guys are interested to learn a little more. I think their rates are pretty good. I used to use them.
About this myself. I would love to do some text.
Yeah. And it seems like some people are still using them, which is pretty crazy. I heard about them like a long time ago from a podcast interview on RE Tipster. I forgot her name, but I've never seen her around in the community before. But yeah, so if you guys are interested, text and email, you can check that out. Here's Travis. I thought you were at a basketball game today. Here's what Travis and Travis has a lot of experience here. Tricky part with text email ring list VM drops is a good chunk of our seller demographic have landlines and no email, right? Way easier to implement these on the sale and disposition side. Yes.
Right. If you can text your buyer.
On the sales side, I think like he said, Travis said, it makes sense. On the acquisition side, it might be a little bit challenging.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Awesome. Hey, I think that sort of wraps up. Oh, we got regulators are really cracking down on text. John Shipley says, I'm just put this on the screen here. But anyways, I think we're coming up to the end of our time here. Kevin, anything else we're missing?
No, I think I appreciate everyone for stopping by, hanging out with us.
Yeah.
And we will continue on. Stay tuned for updates on when these new features drop, and we'll have some more things for you next month.
Yeah. Oh, and one more thing. Next week we have our mastermind for our Pebblers. If you want to join us on that, maybe I'll get this calendar thing together and you guys can join us. But one of the things I do want to hear from you guys, we're going to be interacting live on a Zoom call, is, what do you guys want to see as a design for postcards? So we'll sort of make it a postcard bifold session there, talk about stuff in terms of design. I love design, so. All right, guys.
Much more than me. You design it, I'll code it.
Yeah. Okay, guys, thanks very much. Have a wonderful rest of your week. It's always great connecting with you guys, and sorry about the whole Facebook issue. Please subscribe to us on on YouTube. That way, YouTube's a lot more reliable, it seems like. And we'll talk to you guys soon.
Thanks,
Cheers, guys.
everyone.
Bye.